we have arrived. This final week, these last, quiet days of the year, hold something profoundly different. This isn't just about turning a page on the calendar. If you've felt a shift in the air, a certain density to your thoughts, or a pull to be still, you're not imagining it. This week is the culmination. It's where the spiritual charge of this entire year condenses and offers its final, most important gifts. And if you're listening to this, it's because you're meant to receive them. Think about the journey of this past year. It wasn't gentle, was it? It asked for growth, often abruptly. It presented lessons that reshaped you from the inside. You're not the same person you were in January, and this week is here to make sure you recognize that, not just intellectually, but in your bones. This is the week where the universe settles its accounts with you, returning energy, clarity, and momentum you thought was lost or delayed. Let's talk about that moon on the 27th. It's not the dramatic full moon we're used to discussing. It's a first quarter moon, a phase of commitment. It's the universe handing you a tool, not a spectacle. Its power is in its practicality. This is the moment to take that idea you've been nursing and make a decision about it. To take one tangible step. And with Saturn standing right beside it, that step gains structure. Saturn isn't here to restrict you, it's here to make your actions count. It turns a wish into a plan. So, in these final days, don't just dream. Choose. Act. Even if it's a small, private action. This alignment supports the moves that are built to last. Now, one of the most beautiful experiences of this week is what I can only describe as an emotional homecoming. All year, you've likely poured energy, your attention, your care, your worry, into places and people that couldn't hold it. You've overpaid an emotional currency. This final week initiates a quiet refund. You'll start to feel it, a lightness where there was once a weight. A sense of disinterest in dramas that used to hook you. It's not that you've become cold, you've become clear. Your spirit is reclaiming its resources, pulling its energy back from the places it was never meant to be invested. You walk into the new year lighter not because you abandoned things, but because you stopped overpaying for them. This is also the week of delayed deliveries. Have you had a feeling that something you worked toward, hoped for, or released was still hovering, unfinished? This is when those loops close. An email you stopped waiting for arrives. A conversation that needed to happen finally unfolds. An opportunity that seemed to vanish reappears, not as a random lucky break, but as a confirmation that your efforts were always being woven into a larger design. The universe doesn't forget your quiet consistency. It often just waits for the perfect moment to reveal the pattern. That moment is now, at the year's end, when the energy is ripe for resolution. This whole process is underscored by Saturn's enduring presence. Saturn asks for honesty. As the year closes, it invites you to look back without the filter of nostalgia or regret. Look at what you actually built. Look at the discipline you forged, the boundaries you finally set, the times you showed up as your word even when it was hard. This isn't about judging yourself. It's about taking an accurate inventory. Saturn's gift is structural clarity, showing you which foundations are solid enough to build your next chapter upon, and which were never stable to begin with. This truthful reflection is the most empowering thing you can do. It prevents you from carrying fragile illusions into January. Because of this, the atmosphere of this final week feels different from other year-ends. It's less sentimental and more directional. It's not pulling you backward into memory, it's propelling you forward with a sharper sense of self. You may feel a need to disconnect, to seek quiet, to retreat from the usual social noise. Please, honor that. This isn't loneliness or isolation. It's your energy system conserving its power and recalibrating. In the silence, you can hear the signals from your future self more clearly. And that's a key part of this week. Your future self is already speaking to you. Pay attention to the impulses that feel strangely natural. The sudden urge to organize a corner of your home. The unforced attraction to a new interest. The gentle but firm aversion to a habit or conversation that you used to tolerate. These aren't random mood swings. They are previews. They are the version of you that already exists in 2026, gently pulling you forward, making alignment feel obvious instead of difficult. The final days act as a subtle threshold test. You'll likely encounter familiar situations, a chance to fall into an old pattern, a request that taps into your old people-pleasing instincts. Watch how you respond. The growth isn't in never facing the old triggers, it's in how differently you handle them now. When you choose peace over chaos, rest over guilt, or a quiet no over a resentful yes, that's your proof. That's the universe holding up a mirror so you can see the strength you've cultivated, the person you've become without even realizing it. Then comes New Year's Eve. Beneath the glitter and the noise, this night possesses a unique, quiet power. As the external world buzzes with celebration, an internal silence descends. In that stillness, everything that isn't essential starts to fade away. What remains? Which thoughts, which desires, which truths keep floating to the surface? The goals you couldn't shake. The people you genuinely miss. The quiet realization of what truly gave you strength this year. Pay attention to what stays with you in the quiet of that night. Those are not stray thoughts. They are your guides. They are what has survived the entire year's journey with you, and they are what is meant to cross the threshold. This week ends with a soft but profound sense of permission. Permission to leave behind what exhausted you. Permission to want what feels expansive. Permission to step into the new year without the heavy armor you wore for the last one. You don't need a perfect plan or a list of rigid resolutions on January 1st. You simply need to carry forward the clarity, the steadiness, and the truthful understanding you've gathered in these final, crucial days. You didn't walk through the fire of this year for nothing. This week is the evidence. It's the settling, the clarifying, the returning. Be present for it. Slow down. Listen. The most important transitions often happen in the quietest moments. Thank you for being here, for sharing this space as we close this chapter together. If this resonates with you, consider subscribing to continue the journey. I'd love to hear what you're experiencing in the comments below. Until next time, take profound care of yourself. You've earned this peace.